Hello everyone, this is Mr. LND1, and for the Doom community, this is Alondo1, and welcome to the 10-year anniversary special of Temple of the Lizardmen. Before we get started, I first want to just take the time to thank each and every one of you for supporting my work through these 10 years. I could not have made Temple of the Lizardmen the way it is without all the love and support from each and every one of you. So, thank you all so very much. Back in 2009, which is when I released the very first Temple of the Lizardmen, I really was, just trying so many different things with Doom wads. Of course, for those who've been following my work for a long time, as many would know that I'm mostly known for the Alondo Guns series, in which a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with it. And I can't blame you. I just had a lot of fun with Doom back in the day, just experimenting with different things and just having fun with it. I never really thought of taking any of my projects seriously. But then, with Temple of Lizardmen, it's something in which I really wanted to give a go at and see where it goes. Because before Temple of Lizardmen, a lot of my projects really were mediocre and underwhelming. And maybe with the exception of the Friendly Cooperatives WAD. But other than that, I really didn't have anything really noteworthy. So with Temple of the Lizardmen, it really was a shot in the dark, and I just wanted to see where it would go. And I was pleasantly surprised to see how many people positively reacted to it. And even though Temple of Lizardmen 1, the original one, was not perfect, believe me. There were many things in which were wrong with it, but it at least still gave a lot of fun and enjoyment to a lot of people, which I was really happy for. So, since people wanted more of it, they actually loved the concept and they wanted to see more of the Temple of Lisbon theme, I figured, let's do a second one. And that's where Temple of Lisbon 2 comes into play. When I created Temple of Lisbon 2, that's where things started changing in a good way. But of course, the reason why Temple of Lisbon 2 is the way that it is because of a gentleman known as Megadoomer. And the reason why the other Temple of Lisbon iterations are just as good as Temple of Lisbon 2 is mainly because of him. Megadoomer got in touch with me, in the early stages of Temple of Lisbon 2. And he wanted to help polish it up and really help with the execution of it, because Megadoomer saw that I had great ideas but terrible execution, and I admit that a lot of my ideas had terrible execution. Okay, I admit that I didn't think things out too well with some of the stuff, and I need a little help with it. But that's okay. We're all not perfect here, and we got to help each other out in order to really make things work. So, Megadoomer reached out to me back in 2010, and this is around the time Temple of Lisbon 2 was under construction, and I learned so much from him, and I can't help but thank him in every single project following Temple of Lisbon 2, because with what he taught me has really made a massive, significant difference. I mean, really, he's taught me how to balance levels, how to make the levels feel right. That's the best way I could put it. I mean, to make sure that every part of the level has a purpose. That's really what I'm trying to say. That every part of a level is a unique experience, a unique encounter, and all that. And also to balance the enemy placement, item placement, and where to put weapons, and so on and so forth. And really to make a level pop, you know what I mean? So Megadoomer really was the key motivator behind Temple of Lisbon. And the reason why there's so many iterations of Temple of Lisbon is because of him. And Megadoomer, if you are listening, good sir, thank you for everything. Next up is Temple of Lisbon 3. Now this project was a challenge. I mean, it was a learning experience for me, primarily, but really this project was my very first large-size project, and it took me almost 3 years to develop. I mean, Temple of Lisbon 3 really was a challenge, but it would have been a bigger challenge if I hadn't had the help of some amazing people. While still getting the love and support from Megadoomer, I also had the pleasure of working with the one, the only Tormentor 667, RSL, and Grouchbag. These guys right here certainly helped make Temple of Lisbon 3 what it is. Overall, Temple of Lisbon 3 I felt was a great learning experience, and with what I learned in Temple of Lisbon 3, I've applied to Temple of Lisbon 4, and that's the next one we're going to talk about. Temple of Lisbon 4 was a project that I had a lot of fun with. Of course, no project is without challenges, obviously, but Temple of Lisbon 4, of course, the biggest challenge with that was what direction did I want it to go in. And I had a hard time figuring that out. I just made the levels and just, try to go with the flow. And when I listened to some of the music from Street Fighter 4, and especially from Ultra Street Fighter 4, I listened to the Jurassic era song, and when I listened to it, I was thinking, this is Temple of Lisbon, as in it sounds exactly what it should be. And then I started building the entire project off of that song and some other music from Street Fighter, and of course particularly Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and even Street Fighter 5. And it's kind of funny that I would get inspiration from a fighting game, but I get inspiration from a variety of different games. Of course, as you know, the most common piece of inspiration is from Unreal, but I get inspiration from Half-Life, Duke Nukem 3D, and Serious Sam, and Heretic, Hexen, some Tomb Raider, and even some Resident Evil, believe it or not. And there are many other pieces of inspiration from other sources, but those are the key ones right there. And obviously Doom, we can't forget that, right? So Temple of Lisbon 4 was a challenge in the sense of what can I do different with it. So the levels were much more thought out, they were expanded on, and also including the fork in the road system, which allowed the player to choose which path they want to take. So each exit had a unique theme for that path. For example, you had a temple theme or a subterranean theme, just to name a couple right there. All in all, Temple of Lisbon 4 is a project that I was very proud of, and it was a project that too also took some time, almost 3 years. I mean, the development time for that was just as long as Temple of Lisbon 3. But the good thing is that Temple of Lisbon 3 already took care of a lot of the stuff that I had trouble with that project, so it made it a little easier with Temple of Lisbon 4. But of course, this project would not be what it is without the help of some amazing people. And those people are, of course, still receiving the love and support from Megadoomer, and also bringing in some amazing beta testers, which of course bringing back Tormentor 667, RSL, Grouchbag, and even bringing in Janus 3003, Redead-ITA, Carascado. These guys were amazing. I've learned so much from them, and they've really helped push me to be the best that I can be in making Doom levels and to making some really awesome gameplay ideas work and all that jazz. Last but not least, folks, I know a lot of you are curious about Temple of Lisbon 5, and it's under construction, obviously, but I will still keep all of you posted on any progress that I have with it. Temple of Lisbon 5, all I could say, the levels are bigger, they're more complex, but the gameplay and overall detailing of the levels will be the same as in Temple of Lisbon 4. I'm still going to combine the amazing gameplay of Temple of Lisbon 2 and the beautiful level design of Temple of Lisbon 3, and I can definitely tell you folks right now that you're going to enjoy the weapon set. Especially, I think you're going to all have nerdgasms with the shotgun, the double barrel shotgun, the Stinger, which is the machine gun in this case, and I mean, It's going to be pretty epic with the weapon set and with all that you're going to be facing within the levels. I can assure you, you will not be disappointed. So that's pretty much it, folks. I thank all of you so much for joining me on this journey through these 10 years of Temple of the Lizardmen. Before I sign off, folks, I do just want to mention that the Temple of Lisbon 1 remake is available for download. You'll find it in the description down below. Also a link to the zdoom.org page for more information. I too would like to give a shout out and also congratulations to Mr. Toby Ott. For those who don't know who he is the gentleman I've been working with the Toby accessibility mod for Doom. So Toby reached out to me recently and told me he had created a YouTube channel called Audio Game Club. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so all of you could head on over there and check him out. I too will be leaving a link down below to Janus 3003's Deviant Art Gallery on, of course, DeviantArt. The guy does amazing Daz 3D work, and he is also an amazing creative writer, so if you want to check out his stuff and support him, you can find him there on DeviantArt. Well, folks, I thank all of you so much for watching. Thank you again for 10 awesome years of Temple of the Lizardmen. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button for more Doom-related content. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And, as you know how my outros go, if you're watching this during the day, I wish all of you a good day. If you're watching this during the evening, I wish all of you a good evening. And this is Mr. LND1 signing off, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Take care.